Now that Isaiah's had this vision, things were going to be really bad because Uzziah died. It's a time for us to mourn. It's time for us to be afraid. But Isaiah has a vision of the glorified, exalted Jesus Christ, sitting on the throne, full of power and glory, and totally sovereign. Look at the response in verse 5. We see Isaiah's response here in verses 5 through 7. It says, "And I said, woe is me, for I am lost. For I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For my eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts." And then one of the seraphim flew to me, having in his hand a burning coal that he had taken with tongs from the altar. And he touched my mouth and said, "Behold, this has touched your lips. Your guilt is taken away and your sin atoned for." Now, this is an incredible passage here, because look at the response of Isaiah. You know, you can imagine if you're up on, say, we go up on the Mount of Transfiguration with Jesus out of the Gospel of Matthew. And the smoke comes down, and Jesus appears, and Moses and Elijah appear. And what did the disciples want to do? They wanted to build little tabernacles. Let's stay here. Let's keep this worship service going. Let's not get out of this. This is a good place for us to be. We like hanging out here. There's a sense of we belong. Let's stay here. Look at Isaiah's response to humility in that. Woe is me. I'm lost. And the idea behind that is that I'm undone. I'm in despair. I'm done for, is actually the way you could to do that. I'm dead. I'm a dead man. Because I'm a man of unclean lips. I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. And my eyes have seen the Lord of hosts. In other words, I saw God. That's not supposed to happen. No man can see God and live. This is just a vision. So he didn't see God. Actually, he saw a vision of God. But he's saying, even that vision of God, he says, I'm done. The holiness of God put a light on the sinfulness of me. And his wasn't one of like, yes, I belong here. This is great. Let's hang out longer. God, thank you for bringing me in your presence and letting me. His response was one of humility. Woe is me. I am unholy. You are so holy. In Psalm chapter 24, I'll read this for you. You don't have to turn there. Psalm 24, verses 3 and 4 says, "Who shall ascend the hill of the Lord? And who shall stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who does not lift up his soul to what is false and does not swear deceitfully." Now, if any of us could say, well, yeah, I don't lift up my heart to the wrong things. I don't swear in the wrong way. I have clean hands and a pure heart. I don't think any of us could say that. All of us fall short. All of us are unclean in some way. And Isaiah's uncleanness is magnified in the presence of God. And so our response through worship, through time with God, should be a recognition of our condition. If we come away from time with God with an arrogance, well, gosh, I really am pretty holy and pretty good, then you didn't meet the real God. You didn't see God clearly. Because seeing God for who he is means we're going to see ourselves for who we are. And that's what Isaiah's got going on here. He saw the Lord lifted up. And you know, the idea of I'm undone, I'm lost. The word is I'm cut off, I'm doomed. You know, the idea is, he goes, first of all, why is he doomed and lost? Because first, I'm a man. He's God, I'm a creature. He's the sovereign eternal one, I'm the limited finite one. He's the one on the throne, I'm the one here on earth. And so he saw that distinction. I'm a man. Not only am I a man, could be a perfect man, but no, I'm a man of unclean lips. I'm a man of defilement. I'm a man who is supposed to be a prophet here, who's supposed to share the glories of God and sing out the praises of God, but my lips are unclean. I can't even say the right things. I can't even praise God in a way that's worthy. I'm a man, I'm doomed. There's nothing I can do. This is what I am, and I'm stuck at this. That's what he's saying there. And not only am I unclean, he says, I'm in the midst of a people with unclean lips. All of us are doomed. There's no hope. That was his conclusion after his time in the presence of God. We're doomed. I'm a man, I've got unclean lips, and I'm surrounded by other men with unclean lips. None of us are worthy to be in the presence of God and sing his praise to him like the seraphim just did. Even the seraphim have humility. So the holiness of God compared to our unrighteousness, that's what Isaiah is kind of highlighting here. Look at what happens. Look at that humility. Even the seraphim cover their faces. We need to have that humility as well, that, Lord, I don't deserve to be here. In and of myself, I don't belong. In and of myself, I'm unworthy.